Why do I fall into the same sin again? Today we're talking about something real, something many people struggle with but don't always talk about openly. Why do I keep falling into the same sin again? You try to change, you promise yourself it's the last time, and then somehow you find yourself back in the same place. If you've ever felt this frustration, this guilt, or even disappointment in yourself, this video is for you. First, you need to understand this. You are not alone. Every person struggles. Every person has weaknesses. Even in the Bible, we see this struggle clearly. In Romans 7:15, Paul says, "I do not understand what I do. For what I want to do, I do not do, but what I hate, I do." This means that the struggle you're facing is not new. It's human. It's part of the battle between your desires and your purpose. One of the biggest reasons you fall into the same sin again is because it has become a habit. When you repeat something over and over, your brain creates a pattern. That pattern becomes automatic. It's not just spiritual, it's also mental. Your mind starts to associate certain emotions like stress, loneliness, or boredom with that behavior. So every time you feel that trigger, your brain says, "This is what we do." That's why it feels like a cycle, because it is. Another reason you fall again is because of triggers. Ask yourself, when do I usually fall? What am I feeling in that moment? Where am I? For many people, it's late at night, when they're alone, when they're tired or emotionally drained. Sin often doesn't happen randomly. It happens in predictable moments of weakness. If you don't identify your triggers, you'll keep walking into the same trap over and over again. After falling, many people feel guilt, and guilt can be dangerous if you don't handle it correctly. There's a difference between conviction and condemnation. Conviction comes from God. It shows you the mistake and calls you to grow. Condemnation traps you in shame and tells you that you'll never change. If you stay in shame, you stay stuck. But if you turn that moment into reflection, into learning, into growth, that's where change begins. So how do you actually stop falling into the same sin? Here are some practical steps. 1. Identify your triggers. Know your weak moments. 2. Create distance. Remove access. Change your environment. 3. Replace the habit. Don't just stop. Replace it with something better. 4. Strengthen your mind daily through prayer, reading, discipline. 5. Be accountable. Talk to someone you trust. Change doesn't happen by accident. It happens by intention. You don't break a cycle by wishing. You break it by building new patterns. Listen, falling doesn't mean you're a failure. It means you're in a fight. What matters is not how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up and keep going. God is not asking for perfection. He's asking for persistence. So don't give up on yourself. Keep growing, keep trying, keep moving forward.